Guess we'll start off here with the old four-way, because four-ways, they typically have standard and metric on each end. A lot of vehicles come with the, I won't say pull bar, that has one lug size on it. But you never know, someone might have changed out the lug nuts to a different size, or, you gotta help out somebody else. Somebody else and it might have a different lug size. So yeah, a four-way is definitely one of the top items to have. Fuses. Because you never know when something might happen, and you might need your backup fuse. Something, touches somewhere, burns a wire, rounds out, blows the fuse, and then you don't have windshield wipers or, tail lights or headlights. And which brings us, I should say, the next item, electrical tape. Typically, this is what they typically look like. They're pretty cheap too. So if you gotta find you a wire got burned on the exhaust or something else you don't want touching, grounding out, electrical tape, duct tape for whatever the situation might call for, zip ties to hold things in place, whether it be temporarily or however you might do it for longer extensions of time. Alright, so here's some things I've had for years. Quick flat fits, which I'm not sure how long that stuff's actually good for. Just a temporary thing. So, got in here, I got some vacuum hoses. Because the vacuum hose goes bad, which they tend to randomly go bad, and you got your vacuum leak and your engine starts running a little rough, start using a little extra gas, or starts throwing that engine code. Let's see, spare spark plug wires. There have been way too many times I've watched videos and people are like, yeah, burn my spark plug wire. So I got a few of those in here. I got some bungee cords, a few different lengths. Got some flares. I have a spare belt. And have the tools that you need to change out that spare belt, whether it be a ratchet and socket, maybe a pull bar. Okay. Thermostat gasket, which, let's see, got me a little vacuum plug off here, just a fuel line with a bolt in it, which you can find at parts stores that have these little nipple looking rubber things that you can use to close off a end. So, alright, what else we got here? Of course, it's typically you see a spare belt in the store, and they'll typically just look like this. Alright, next time up is jumper cables, which a lot of them just come in a bag like this. Keep them organized. First aid kit for whatever. Let's see. For all you people who might have a carburetor or a throttle body type system that has maybe this kind of gasket on it, it'd be a good idea to have one of these as a backup, because they seem to go bad at the worst situations, the worst times. If you happen to have an older vehicle, and you need some leverage, a little crowbar like this. I think I got this at Walmart for like $5. And if you see my alternator video, you'll see where I actually have to use, a crowbar to get enough leverage on the alternator to tighten it up, because it doesn't have one of those spring-loaded tensioners. Let's see, what else? Yeah, other than tools to change out your belt, you might want to have some tools like a 15/16 wrench to disconnect your battery, just in case. Alright, so here's a few more items I thought of. Definitely want to have a air compressor. You can get those in a lot of places for less than $30. I mean, I got the standard one. It's got the you got a gauge on it, on-off switch, got your little light on it, belt dressing, just in case you get something on your belts and it starts making your belt squeal really bad. That can get very annoying. Some funnels in case you got to add some fluid, because you didn't check your fluid, maybe. Definitely suggest one of these skinnier funnels, typically for transmission. Maybe a funnel like this for engine oil. Here's a little tool set. I don't remember where I got that particular tool set, but it has many different bits in it. There's some sockets in there, and got these little bits in it. Of course, if you don't have one of those tool sets, you could just have you some flat tip and Phillips screwdriver. Have you some pliers, and possibly a glove or two in case you gotta deal with something hot. Let's see, what else? Yeah, definitely won't have you. It'd be a good idea to have a quart of transmission fluid, maybe a quart of oil, especially engine oil. Good idea to just have 1 quart of that. It seems like more and more these days, these newer vehicles are using more and more oil. So, alright, so here are a few more things to definitely have that I like to have in both my vehicles. Got me a flashlight here. This happens to be turn this light on. There we go. Has to be a tactical flashlight that has a solar panel in it. And got a seatbelt cutter right there, glass breaker, compass, typical flashlight. These are all lights right here. I plan on doing a review on this thing at some point, since I've now had it for a year. You can plug in your cell phone right there, USB, and there's your charging port to actually charge the batteries in there. And of course, any typical flashlight will be good. Tire gauge, keep that. Keep it. Of course, you gotta make sure you have a good one. I definitely suggest to get you one that's like not the dollar ones, because they seem to be junk. Get you ones like $5 or something. Alright, so got some light bulbs here, and some of the. Let's see, let me get the. Let's see. Anyways, 194, and typically tag lights and some other light side marker lights are typically not 194s. Sometimes they're pretty easy to change out, especially tag light. Got some front rear signal lights, and some of those you can just take you a typical screwdriver to loosen it up, and change out your bulbs. Especially, these are good items to have, especially if you're on a trip. You have to have tag layout or tail layout, or so they're not working that way. Well, you want to get stopped by cops, right? Nobody likes to get stopped by cops, it seems like.